This is Wednesday. Happy hump day for everybody that's out there humping. I hope y'all are having a great day. I hope everything is going good. I forgot what I was about to say, y'all. Shion? Hey, Leilani. Hey, honey. So, today's topic, do you know the difference? DKYD. Do you know the difference? Social media versus real life. Yeah, I'm saying real life, not reality. And there's a reason why I'm saying not reality. I didn't use reality because reality is how, to me, reality is how somebody perceives their environment, how you perceive something to be, how it is from your perspective. Doesn't necessarily mean it's real life, but it's how you receive or perceive the situation you're in. But real life is real life. Real life is bills, it's kids, it's life, it's death. That's real life. There are some things that there's no perspective. It is. I got to pay my bills, or my lights going to go off, or my gas going to get turned off, or I ain't going to be able to go live. You know, it just, some things have no perspective. They just are. That's real life. And I want to talk about social media versus real life. It is Happy Black History Month. It is Black History Month, and I was going to talk about Black History Month, and I probably will later on in the month. Valentine's is also coming up. I might talk about that at some point. But we're going to talk about social media versus real life. And do you know the difference? Hold on. Okay. Let's make sure when nobody in the back want to come up. And there you go. I asked. There you go. Hi.
Hello.
I had asked my son to help me out with what's the word I'm trying to figure out? With a topic. Because sometimes, even though I might have an opinion on a topic, I don't necessarily have a topic. So I will ask anybody. So today it was my son, and he suggested the topic. So let's give him that credit. He suggested the topic, the difference between social media and he said reality. I changed it to real life because for a lot of people, social media is reality. What you see on social media, you believe. What you see on social media, you try to emulate. What you see on social media, you try to attain or aspire to, ignoring the real life that you're living. So that's why I said, do you know the difference between social media and real life? On social media, you can be anybody and anything you want to be. You can be as tall as you want to be, as skinny as you want to be, as thick as you want to be. You can be as old as you want to be. You can be as rich as you want to be. You can be in whatever country you want to be in, whatever house you can Photoshop behind you, whatever car you can trick somebody into letting you stand on and take a picture with. That's social media. You can have on social media just about any life you want. But real life, you begging for money, keep your lights on. You trying to figure out why your kids ain't getting the grades you want them to get. And you're sleeping by yourself. Leilani,
Yep.
you're like a teeny bit, you're like younger than me. You're not a teeny bit. I was about to mess with you. But you're younger than me. Not about 30 years, but you're young enough to be in just a different, you're young enough just to be in a different era of social media. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was talking to Nick earlier, and I realized that's how old I was by talking about the music that I grew up on and the music that I learned how to sing on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, do you understand? Am I making is what I'm saying making sense, or is it
Yeah.
just me coming from an old lady? Because in certain things, I will sit in my old lady, in my old lady perspective, my pre social media, my pre internet perspective on things is that it's just like when the internet first became popular, when everybody was hitting the chat rooms and things like that, and everybody was describing how they looked, or making sure their picture only there was their face, or hell, most time it wasn't even their picture. To now, to where you can literally FaceTime somebody and see the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But still, is I don't know. It's like, okay, go with me. And there are going to be people that disagree with me, and that's cool, and I get it. This particular aspect this is a perspective. This is mine. I think that a lot of today's musical stars are popular because of social media. I think they attained their star status and their status. And I'm just going on singers. I don't do anything else. I can't dance. I don't act. I sing. That's all I do. So the only thing that I am critical of or judgmental of are people that can sing. And I think if you're living, if you, excuse me, if you put down on your resume under position, under job, under profession as singer or musician, I think you should be able to sing and play an instrument, right? Hello?
Okay? Say it again. If their resume said what?
I think that if your resume says you're a singer, you should be able to sing.
Uh huh.
Without a band, without background, without a mixing board, I think you should be able. If like when I was growing up and somebody would say sing this note, it was just me singing the note.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if you're going to say that I'm a singer, you should be able to sing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on, y'all. I ain't seen it. Hey, y'all. Oh no, I have no issue with social media. Hell, I'm on social media right now. Annabelle, I get you. Hey, Daisy. I have no issue with social media. Huh? But I think that a lot of people who call themselves singers are singers because social media said they were. But I don't think that's real life. I don't think that a lot of these people who are internet famous and social media famous can handle the real life aspect of what they say they can do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think if you would have put a lot of these, uh, what is it? I don't know which one started off with people singing. Was that Instagram or TikTok? Which one?
Um.
Where kids
Well,
were singing
TikTok
on it?
had pictures,
Or
so
was it
TikTok.
YouTube?
I mean, Instagram was more pictures when it started. So I'd say TikTok.
Okay. So,
But
and
YouTube,
YouTube,
like Justin Bieber was discovered on YouTube. So I'm gonna say YouTube started it.
but you really can't do a whole lot of music on YouTube, right?
Not anymore, but you could back then.
Back then you could. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you can't. So I think that's why TikTok became so popular because people was
Mhm.
just singing.
Yeah.
Because when TikTok first came out, I was like, shit, I wish this was out when I was 15, 16. I'd have been
And
a, I'd have been
before
famous,
TikTok,
huh?
it was Mule or
I
Smule,
don't know
whatever it
if
is.
you but look here.
That's another
You could
singing one.
you could say any word and I'd say, okay, I don't know. You're correct. I think that if they had to go through the things that we had to go through now, I think that we would have half of the people that people call singers.
Hmm.
But that's just my opinion.
But when we were growing up, we had to appease a record label. We had to placate to the record label and what they say would sell. what's going on now is marketing directly to the consumer, and you get an instant notification whether you have a hit or not. Even well established current uh, record stars, if you want to call them that, a lot of them are just bypassing the stores and going straight to Spotify or iTunes, or releasing it right here on YouTube.
I mean, do they still sell CDs?
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Because I thought most I ain't gonna lie. I thought most music just stream now. Like you have a streaming album and you can purchase the album, like you can purchase a movie on demand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hmm.
So
That's the
I
most
really,
popular, but they do still have CDs. They do have them.
they do put them out.
Hmm.
I,
Yeah, and
I
they
didn't
still
know.
have vinyl.
I
They
mean, I'm
still,
sure you can get stuff on vinyl. They still have the capability to
oh,
make records.
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you can still. I mean, because there are some DJs that still use vinyl records.
As long as
So
you got DJs, you got vinyl.
yeah, so I mean, there's going to be a mark. I mean, the only thing I don't think they have are cassette tapes and 8 tracks. So
Oh God, don't
think
even
those are
bring
the only
that
thing we
up.
can't get nothing new on. But I think
Oh
I'm sure we can get. I just didn't know that they were still advertising for DVDs.
yeah.
You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? I just thought everything was now streaming because shit, that's our life. I mean, even Netflix got rid of its DVD service.
Yes.
You
Now
know,
you just
they're
stream.
not gonna get rid of the CDs because they still sell them collectors boxes and stuff. They got to get that extra money.
Okay.
Good
Rayon
for
has
them.
like 3 or 4 different collector boxes of what's those Korean people she loves? BTS.
Okay, but oh shit, I don't know.
Yes,
BTS, Blackpink.
Well,
Yeah.
I
BTS.
think if you were like overseas, you would have CDs because
No, they play over here. That was bought in America.
shit, I don't know. Okay, let me tell you something. Let me tell you some good stuff.
Oh, overseas they still have VHSs.
Let me tell you some good stuff. You said them, and I said K-pop. I don't know their name.
Um,
Hmm.
And the killer part is, you'll say, is it BTS?
Hmm.
But they all look alike. So not I don't mean look alike as in they look like each of I gotta explain that sounded fucked up. I don't mean they all I mean all the groups. I
The
don't know the
group.
difference in the groups.
Yeah, the
I'm not
group.
talking about they look the same. I
Yeah.
don't look at them. I'm saying if you put BTS and 3 other K-pop groups on a page, I couldn't pick out BTS because that's not my music.
Yeah.
I mean, you could put
they have a formula in Korea.
right
They
there.
have a formula,
Yeah. They
and
all go by the
everyone
same
is
thing.
Right. It's
structured.
like the little girl groups. What are they called? Are they called K-pop too?
Yeah, same thing. K-pop.
So do they have little girls and little
K-pop,
guys together?
K-pop
No,
is
I think they're
Korea.
always separate because they have like the one that she mentioned, Pink. I don't think it's all girls, I believe.
Yeah,
Black Pink.
Blackpink is actually contrived of about 100 girls, but they rotate through around 10 of them every now and then.
Hmm.
For
So
real? So are they actually singing?
They're singing. They go. It's a whole school control brain
yes,
thing for them. Like it's a whole process to get into that, and they're like,
Okay, so I got another question. It's shit. Inform me. I got one more question. How they get paid?
oh, that's fucked up.
I mean, I guess
Okay, what?
Here's why I'm
they
saying
get
that.
them.
Here's why I'm saying that.
I don't know if they actually get paid or if they just buy them their clothes and stuff because they're like,
Okay,
they're doing what they're being told to do.
Here's why I say that. Here's why I say that.
mm-hmm.
It sounds okay. All right. What's a group in America? What's an American group now that's
The
out
only
there?
one I know
Is
is
there a group
Backstreet
out there, y'all?
Boys.
I,
New
Or
I
is it
can
Kids.
all
only name old
solos?
stuff. I'm not new, so I don't know no new groups. I have no clue.
I don't even know if there are any groups, are they? I think everybody's solo.
Everyone
I
is.
don't
We
know if
got
I know of any groups. I don't.
Oh shit. Okay.
Other than
Um
like on Disney, any of those Disney groups still exist?
No.
Mm,
Okay, so we got to go back. So let's say TLC and Boys and Men,
yes.
two groups.
Yes.
They have a contract.
Mm-hmm.
They make X amount of dollars, do X amount of stuff. They have to
Mm-hmm.
produce this amount of things.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but that is because it's always it's always Left Eye,
Mm-hmm.
Chili, and T-Bars. It's
Mm-hmm.
always Wanye, Mike, uh,
Sean.
Sean, DeVoe. Uh,
And the
am
one
I
with
in the right
the
group? What group I'm in? I'm in the wrong group. I done
You
put two
just
groups
jump
together.
with DeVoe. There's no DeVoe. We
There's
done
no
Sean.
that's the other one.
yeah.
It's Mike. It's
Sean,
Mike,
Mike,
Wanye, Sean.
and
What's the other one there?
I don't remember because he doesn't sing with him anymore. I
But
can't.
anyway, it's always them four and them three. So, but if you a group of like 100 that cycle out, how do you get
Yeah.
paid? How do
Okay.
you determine? You know what I'm saying? Because if it's all
Rayon was woke, we could ask her, but I'm pretty sure she knocked out in there. She ain't
well
new.
now, because what I'm saying, just like from a logical standpoint, if you're a pool of 100
Uh-huh.
and it's how many at a time? Let's say 10.
Uh-huh.
How do you decide that? Okay, I feel
Who gets paid what and when do they get paid?
right.
Once,
It has to
okay,
be
so once they
Okay.
cycle through, they don't come back.
what?
Like when they cycle through the hundreds, like when they bring the 10 out, that's who's singing. That's the group at that time. And then when they're tired of them, they go find a real job doing something else. Then they go through the pile that they've been training.
The 100 girls is
Like
like
they
a
don't
job
recycle.
pool.
Oh.
So once you're done, that's
So
it.
let
You're
me ask you
done.
another question. Let me ask you a question that kind of applies to the topic. Could this situation happen without social media?
No.
Without social media, could there be a cycle of 100 girls
I mean,
that cycle in and out like that?
yeah. Over there, yeah. I mean, they've been doing that's how they've made their stars forever. This ain't new to them. This is what they've always done. We're just finding out that that's what they do now.
Oh, because of social media, because we can access them at a greater rate than before. Okay.
Yeah, now we just
The
know how
screwed
they,
up part is that they are not control of their own money.
But
They
what's the
make
point?
money. They make money. It's put in an account for them, but the record company has control of the account.
But what's the point in doing it then?
because they want to be famous.
When I was young, but they're not famous anymore.
Oh, then they go and find something different to do. That part's over.
But what I'm saying, do they find something different to do in the entertainment, or they go be
It's
a
not it,
CPA?
when you're into music over there, it's not like over here in America that you hit it big, you make your big money, you buy your mansion, you retire, and you don't have to work anymore for the rest of your life. Over there,
Oh.
over there, you could be a rock star like I don't know, pick someone famous over here. You could be I don't know Snoop Dogg. When you
Okay.
stop singing, that's when the money stops coming because the company made sure that they got the lion's share because you're getting the pennies. What you have is enough to sustain you for a little while, but you need to get a regular job again. So you're
So
taken
what's the point?
advantage of.
So what's the point?
It's more like, okay, so over here, when we finish high school, we decide, we want to go to college.
Right.
Over there, if they decide they don't want to go to college for some type of, you know, educational type career, and they like music, they
Yeah.
go to that. That's like the college form of music. You want to be a star, okay? So this is where you're gonna come over here and you're gonna get all this training, and then we're gonna put you out. If we're gonna put you out, you may or may not get put out. And if you get put out, you go out, you do exactly what they tell you to do, how to do it. You get controlled by them for your term, and then when it's done, you're done. You go to the rest of your life. What you planning on doing after college? You do something else.
Okay, all right. Anyway, that is so confusing to me. What I mean,
I think, me
I'm
personally,
not
I
of that
think
era, and I'm not of that. If I'm gonna be, if I when I was younger and wanted to be in the industry and wanted to be a singer and wanted to be famous, I wanted to be famous forever. I didn't want to be famous for a little while.
That's the ones that come to leave and come to America. They don't do it over there.
Right. So I don't. So it would. Yeah, I guess you'd have to be more because I
they
wouldn't
kick your
understand that because I
family.
wouldn't understand that process. Because if I'm in the front of the group and I'm singing and I'm making this money, first of all, I'm
Mm-hmm.
making this money. I'm making this money because I couldn't be in a group where I'm replaceable the same day.
Yes.
I couldn't be in a situation where if I can come to work at 8 o'clock in the morning and it's somebody there at 8:01 that can replace me completely. I don't understand it. But I don't. I mean, I guess that's not. It's not for me to understand. This is not my world, and I'm relatively new to social media. I've only been on YouTube since 2017.
Mm.
Before YouTube was just a place I went and found music I wanted to listen to.
I was just having this conversation over the
Well,
weekend.
social media wasn't a thing when I was at. Before I had Nick in 2004. It was 2000 and I want to say my niece made me a Facebook page. Year Nick was born. I did not access that page until Nick was 3 years old
Mm.
because I didn't need to. I lived where my family was, and right now to go on Facebook is just to keep up with my family because I'm far away. To see my niece and nephews and see them, their birthdays and
Yeah.
things like that. It's not. It's not. Even now they talk about you always on Facebook. No, man, I'm always on TikTok because TikTok is like, I don't. It's like a drug. You get on there, you think you're gonna just be on there for a second, and then a video of an otter comes on, and now I want an otter. TikTok is
Mm-hmm.
that's why that's not real life. I use me as an example. Let me tell y'all the difference between real life and social media. I get on TikTok after I get off this live, right? And I just because I was on TikTok before I got on here because I was trying to find a topic for this live. Because sometimes I have something that made my ass itch that day, and that's what we talking about.
I would take
Today,
it.
the past few weeks, I've had other stuff on my mind that's personal that I'm not gonna put on social media or on the internet or anything. So I really haven't had my mind on anything. So nothing has been able to get in and make my ass itch. Which is normally what Wednesday is. Wednesday is
Is
normally I done seen something on,
ass.
yeah, my outlet. But because I got personal shit on my mind, nothing has been able to penetrate to make me go, y'all done got on my nerves. The only thing was close to that was I was but it wasn't long enough for an entire live. So that's the only reason I was very happy that mama got convicted of involuntary manslaughter, 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter.
Oh,
I was extremely happy
yeah,
with that. I
yes.
was excruciatingly happy about that. But I was happy about it, and I felt like a whole live, I wouldn't be able to sustain a whole live on me being happy about accountability. So I was on TikTok trying to find a topic for this live today. I get on TikTok and now I have stopped and I'm no longer looking at that. I'm either looking at food videos or or
Come on.
or it's
Or,
like since TikTok is since the past like couple months, I now want an otter, a pygmy goat,
uh
a
huh,
pygmy cow,
uh
a
huh,
Maine coon,
uh
a
huh.
dire wolf.
Oh God.
I
I'm
just sit on there,
But
you know what I'm saying?
I
you
was
think
thinking
about
about
no honey badger?
chickens. I want to get
There was a
chickens
honey
to
badger. I
have eggs.
didn't see the honey badger.
Yep. Little baby honey.
Social media has turned me into a farmer of tiny animals.
Oh,
But that's not real life. Real life, I can't sustain an otter. That's a because one, having a slightly animal background, growing up in the South and having access to the vet school, I know that an otter needs a different environment than a pygmy cow, than a
mhm.
pygmy goat, than all the other critters I want, than a snake. You know what I'm saying?
The snake's
So
gonna be trying to eat the
reality,
goat.
what?
The snake is gonna try to eat the goat.
No, no, no,
We
I
know
have to put the
this.
snake in there with my otter. You know what I'm saying? That's two different places. I mean, but anyway, social media will have your ass thinking that you can be a veterinarian,
A
uh,
farmer
uh, a farmer,
live in a
uh, uh,
foreign
uh.
country, completely sustainable. Yeah.
Social media will have you thinking that all these you can sustain all these desperate things that don't fit together. That
Social
I
media
can do it. I can have
you have a
chickens.
moose in your
Yeah.
kitchen.
You know what I'm saying?
You can keep a moose in your kitchen. That's what social media says.
Oh.
Social media will have you thinking that it is totally feasible to have a cow living in your house.
Hmm.
No, but I guarantee, if you look it up in the news, a guy in the Bronx
No, baby.
had a
This lady has a
tiger.
whole
Had
TikTok
a
about
tiger.
the cow that lives in her house.
Oh
And it's
God.
not a pygmy cow, it's a cow. This
Okay,
lady got a thing to where not she doesn't have a mini cow or a little teeny cow or a dwarf cow or
you're the cow.
she has a cow living in her house.
Do you know the stench of the shit alone that's gonna come out of that
There's a
animal?
dude that lives with a puma.
Oh God. Oh God.
There's a chick that found a bobcat and raised it as a kitten. Okay?
Yep. Push, push,
Social media
push.
will have you thinking that you are what was Steve's name? What was the guy that did the animals? What was his
Irwin.
name?
Irwin.
Steve
Irwin.
Irwin. Social media will have you thinking your ass is Steve Irwin.
He's
Crikey.
dead now. That gives you a
Crikey.
yeah.
Crikey.
Social media will have you thinking you can put an alligator in your bathtub.
Oh
He's
my
a big
God.
one.
Say what?
He's a big one. Gotta
He's a
sneak up
big
on
one.
That's
him.
a big one.
Gotta
Hey,
sneak
putting
up
a
on
finger
him.
up the. Mhm.
I'm just saying, real life is I gotta go to work because I gotta pay these bills and I can barely feed these children. Maybe this one dog, let alone a cow
Hmm.
in my living room.
I cannot have a cow in my living room. I'd be too busy trying to put it on the barbecue grill.
Social media has people forgetting that you should not pull up to somebody's house to start a fight.
Oh God.
Social media has it so that you not only start a fight, but you go to somebody's house. I have seen time and time again these girls run up on these people at their house. I saw this one girl get snatched into this girl house and get her ass whooped. I saw this other girl gets whooped on this girl porch. I'm like, social media got all of a sudden. Social media got y'all.
Keyboard
What,
cowards.
what is wrong
Keyboard
with y'all?
keyboard cowards. They got a little bit of liquid courage in them. And it's like, yeah.
Social media is like liquid courage. You said it. Social media is liquid courage.
Mm-hmm.
For people don't understand, real life is you're about to get stomped into the ground. And guess what? I can't Photoshop them that black eye off you.
You ain't kidding.
Let them be in the South, cause you can expose my address if you want to. This the South. We carry guns.
Baby, baby.
Stand your ground. I don't recommend you come up on my porch.
This stuff with okay, let's do this. So Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion put out a record, not a record. What's the thing? What they call it now? She put out a song, one song. She didn't name one name, but she said a hit dog gonna holler. So the dog hollered, right? Social media has it. Now, social media has, they're doxing people that don't agree with Nicki Minaj, going to people's houses, going up, actual people, going up to people's houses and jobs,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Social media got you thinking that you can come up to my porch
Social media got
and
you
knock on
thinking
my
that your
door.
opinion matters. Social media got you thinking that your word matters. Like breaking news, it doesn't. Keep your opinions to
Fuck your
yourself.
word. But people can speak all they want to. Your words matter to you. Social media has people thinking that they can get out their house and actually physically show up at somebody else's house.
Yeah.
Social media
My
got you thinking that you can
It had them
that
thinking it was a good idea to go to the cemetery and try and mess up somebody's plot.
yes.
It is a
oh,
felony. I recommend you stay your butt at home.
Social media got you thinking that it's not. Social media also has a lot of people thinking that it's not illegal to do the stuff that they do.
Yeah, like
Social
they
media has
forgot that
people
there's
putting
laws.
crimes on record. That's nothing me and Nick was talking about, right?
Yeah, they
I grew
if
up.
we don't know, we've forgotten after 20 years of social media, we forgot there's a thing called social media etiquette. You don't give your real name. You don't give your
Well,
real
that's been
location.
gone, baby. That's gone. You, how
I
old are
mean,
you? How old are you?
oh, I'm past 50, honey. I've been past 50.
You what?
I've been past 50 years ago.
How many years? How old are you? I'm
I'm
56.
old. I'm old. I'm old.
Ain't I older
Things
than
that
you?
went south, listen, things went south for the winter. They're not coming back.
Ain't I older than you?
I don't
Ma'am,
know.
I'm 56.
You're not too far ahead of me. We could
Like
be
a,
sisters. We could be sisters.
oh,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Leilani, you're in your 40s.
I'm 40.
Social media etiquette is big gone. So,
You know, there
as soon
was
as you didn't have dial up anymore, as soon as you didn't
a
have to wait for the
AOL.
internet to
Okay,
connect,
AOL was the thing. You run and get those little
yeah.
free discs.
Soon as you didn't have to wait for the internet to connect anymore,
Oh
people
my
started giving out their addresses and their real names and real pictures of themselves. And
Mm.
but social
It's like
media,
it's a stage. The internet is a stage. You
but
don't
people don't.
know
But do they understand
actually.
that? Do you know the difference? Do they know the difference? It's a stage, and it's not even a real stage.
I know that.
It is a stage of
I
Photoshop
blame that. I blame
and
that on the parents. I blame that on the parents. It's not social media's job to raise your child. It's not social media's job to teach your child the difference between reality and fiction. What the hell is an 8-year old doing with a $300 iPhone because you're too lazy to mother them or father them? Get their phones out of your kids' hands. Get the tablets out of their hands. They're 7, 8 years old. You go make them play ball outside the way they were supposed to. Make them run around, and maybe they won't be worrying you behind out because they're too tired. You know, what was it? We got up. We get up in the morning. We have cereal. We either out to school or our parents would kick us out. We better not come back till the sun goes down.
But that's when that was legal. Now you got to sit outside with your kid.
yeah, it's not. You can see. Here's the thing. I understand and I agree with what you say to an extent, but I also understand that we can't be stuck in what was ours because what's ours is not theirs.
This is true. That's
They
very
can't
true.
do what we did.
They can't do what we
I
did.
talk about how we walked the neighborhood, we walked
Yeah.
to the store,
They can't do that.
we were out doing stuff all day. My kid asked me right now, "Can I walk to the store?" I wish you would.
They can't do that. It,
No.
I mean, I wish that our kids had more access and they had more of a life closer to how we were. But we have to, as people,
Uh-huh.
realize that what I did as a kid, I know my son can't do
Yeah, it's not
because
the
times
same.
were different.
It's
Right.
not the
And
same.
it's almost sad that they can't experience the luxury of running around with their friends all day and not have to worry about drive-bys and people picking them up or getting picked off by
We
someone.
even used to get dropped off at the mall. You can't do that now. You
Oh
can't
Yeah.
drop
my
your
God,
kid
that
at the
was
mall.
so. Oh,
Got
yeah,
dropped off at the mall. You would walk up to the park, stay in the park all day. You could play basketball all day. Y'all would go
we
when the summertime. Y'all would go to the pool and hang at the pool.
Yep.
Or if you
We
lived in
will
the
go. We
neighborhood,
will go. We will go and
Go
buy the.
skating.
We
yeah,
will buy
you go
our
skating, but
parents the
it's just that so
time to
much.
skate.
One, now everything is so expensive. Parents have to work two or three jobs.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's not like before. When I was growing up, my mom could be on one job or retirement and take care of me and pay her bills and pay off her house.
Yeah.
Now, now if you it's just it's times change. And I get that.
Agree.
But we have to, all right, case in point. I was 37 when I had Nick, and I was raised by a black woman in the South. So my upbringing is very southern, it's very old, and it's very my way or the highway because it's how I was raised, and it's very ass whooping and all that stuff. But as I as because I was so old when I had him, by that time I realized I grew up and I thought about the things that happened to me, and there were just some things that I didn't want to happen to my kid
Hmm.
Right.
because that was how my mother was raised. She raised me how she was raised. She didn't know any different. And there wasn't time for her to change because there was no changing. There was nothing, everything was kind of staying the same.
Right. It was
You know,
changing
there
every.
was no social. I mean, we went from, I mean, the change my mom went through was from radio to television.
And that
I
was a
was
big
almost grown by the time we had more than 8 channels. I was grown by the time we had beepers.
5 channels, and if the president was on, your night was shot.
The TV went off at 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock. One channel went off at 12.
12 o'clock.
All the rest of them went off at 10, 11 o'clock.
The
These kids
flames would
now
go
have
by. The
these kids
flame.
have 360 access, 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. And
Yeah.
we have to grow with that. And as parents, no, nobody else can raise my child. But as a community, we do have a responsibility
Right. Agree.
to make. So if uh, I can't think. I'm TikTok, right?
Hmm.
I'm TikTok. I'm the TikTok person. I'm the person that decides what goes on and how TikTok is run and the things that TikTok can and cannot do.
Hmm.
I think that as a social media company, no, you're not supposed to raise my kids. You're not supposed to do any of that. But you have to be mindful of situations that you get yourself into because you are a social media company. And to avoid those particular situations, you do things to keep those from happening. It ain't my job. But if you I think that there should be some safeguards in place. Hell, if no other reason to keep me getting in trouble.
Right. Right. Like
Forget
you
the
can't
parents.
go.
Shit, forget the kids. To keep me from getting in trouble, I would assume that social media and different tech companies would have programs in place. You know what I'm saying? If you see a child, if you see somebody under a certain age doing too much on one thing that is let's say suicide.
Hmm.
If you see somebody under the age of shit, 18,
Uh-huh.
constantly back to back keyword searching suicide and stuff like that, there should be a flag. There should be something. You know what I'm saying? No other reason than so I won't get in trouble. So that if the child does it, they won't call me. They won't try to sue me. They won't put my name in as going because of Facebook, because of TikTok, because of Instagram, because of so and so. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if, just like MySpace died, and just like Facebook is dying away,
Oh
Instagram can die away. Just like Instagram can die away, TikTok can die away, and somebody else
yeah.
will take their
YouTube could go
place.
belly up tomorrow. We don't know.
Right. So as a company, no, I'm not parenting anybody kid. I ain't gonna parent nobody child as a person.
Mhm.
However, if your kid comes in my house, I'm not gonna allow your kid to do shit to get your kid hurt, especially with me. Especially, you see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'm not parenting your kid, but I will be a parent to your kid before I let your kid hurt themselves in my presence.
Right. Right.
So you won't come to me sitting up there talking about. why you let so and so do such and such? You see what I'm saying?
And when
I
I
think
asked him, he
that I
said it
think
was
that
okay.
I think that if you are if you are in a position to where you are responsible
But I don't
for
see
any
that.
aspect of anybody. I think that for any aspect of anybody, not just children. If a grown man is researching, the only time people get in trouble about research is if they're doing something against the government.
Shady shit.
No, the government, not even shady shit. I right now can go Google how to get away with murder, and I can do that for the next 20 days. And unless I kill somebody, won't nobody know, and won't
Right.
nobody stop me.
Well, they be thinking you're probably looking up about the show.
I'm just saying, but it doesn't matter.
Right, right.
But if I Google, I'm not gonna say it out loud because even if I say it out loud, some places, if you Google something against the president or the government, you get
Hmm.
a knock on your door from the FBI.
Oh, in a heartbeat.
So what I'm saying is, you see how if you were to make a comment about, I want to do this such and such to so
Right.
and it's against a sitting political figure,
Uh huh. Uh huh.
and it sounds like an actual threat,
Right.
even if it was, I'm writing a paper on something, and this is just what I need to Google. This is a 16-year-old kid. I'm writing a paper, and I Googled this to see the response. You get a notice from the FBI. You get somebody showing up at your door because they're covering their ass.
Right.
I
Well,
think that if you want to be responsible for the flow of information to people, you have to you should you don't have to do shit, but you should have some safeguards in place, not for them so much as for yourself.
right. Well, you
I
have
think the
to.
fact that social media I think the fact that social media allows you to free ball, free willy do stuff and then take no accountability is a lot of the problems that parents have. They just don't know how to articulate it. It's not that I want you to parent my kid. It's just that if my kid look up suicide 30 times, maybe flag that shit. Maybe lock that account. You know what I'm saying?
Well, those
Maybe
are
we
already
don't want to have
in
nothing to do with this.
place. Those are already in place. If the account says one too many, well, not even one too many, but if you start searching up, how to hashtag,
How to do who?
how to hashtag yourself
What,
instead of
what,
ixnay, you know,
oh,
awesome.
I ain't supposed to say that word.
Well, that's what I do to protect
We
myself.
here's and I'm gonna tell you why I don't understand that either. If I'm talking about sex, I'm going to say sex. I'm not going to say the birds and the bees. I'm not going to say the stork dropped off a baby. If I want to talk about sex, we're going to talk about sex.
Right, right.
Because if you
That's
sit up there
fine.
and turn it into something else, then it loses the emphasis and it loses the impact of what I'm saying. Because if I'm not bad enough and bold enough to say what I'm saying, then the shit I'm talking about is irrelevant. If I'm talking about, if I need for my child to understand the situation behind suicide, I need to say that, not anything else, because it takes away from the gravity of the fact that a lot of children do not know how to talk to their parents or do not know how to talk to anybody. And social media is this great grand scape where they can get all these opinions from people, but they can also get all this trolling.
So it leads me to one question. I just have one question. Does your child need to have Facebook? Do they
Why
have?
not? If you talk to your children, if you parent your child, like you said,
Hmm.
if you parent your child can have everything. If you parent your child, if you're honest with your child, if you're open with your child, if you give your child space to be your child, but also letting you know that you ain't their friend, your child
I
can have
know
everything.
people that did not and currently won't let their child be on Facebook or any social media till the age of 13.
And that's cool. That's how she wants to parent. That's how they feel comfortable. You got to parent how you feel comfortable. Because if you're not comfortable parenting your child can tell.
Right.
And your
I
child is going to
have
use that against you.
the
You got to do whatever
the
you.
grandbabies do not have their own social media account. If they want to get on social media, whether it's TikTok, Facebook, whatever, then mom and dad will log in for them. They can go wherever they want. They can do whatever they want. But mom and dad is right there. Mom, excuse me, or dad is right there watching what's on the screen.
Hey,
They could
that's
be across the room. They could be doing laundry, but mom and dad is is watching.
if that works for them, I shit, do it.
Right.
That wasn't my way. I talked to him about everything. If he asked me a question, and when Nick was growing up, if he asked me a question, I didn't dumb it down or kid it down or kindergarten it down.
No.
I told it age appropriate, but I answered his question
Right.
so that when he gets out
Mm-hmm.
on social media and when he gets out in public, forget social media. I really wasn't worried about social media. Even though he played on the computer, he played mostly games on the computer. But I wasn't worried about social media. I was worried about reality. I was worried about real life. So because I was telling him things about real life. So that when he's not in my presence, when he's at school, when he's hanging out with his friends, when he's at somebody's house, when he gets a job, when he goes to college, that he has the knowledge or the knowledge of how to get the knowledge.
Uh,
I
I don't
didn't
know.
do it for social media.
Maybe I'm just not. I don't know what.
I didn't do it for social media, but it applies. If you give your children knowledge, if you give your children wisdom, you don't have to wait. Your kids don't have to wait till they become our age to be knowledgeable and to get wisdom. You drop that shit on them the whole time, as far as I'm concerned.
I mean,
You don't
they
dumb
don't
down
wait.
stuff for your kids. When your kids ask you a question, tell them. When your kids ask you about sex, don't sit up there
No,
and tell that lie about the birds or the bees or the stork or the trees and shit. And don't even tell them to lie about when two people love each other because
no. Well,
that's a
mommy
lie
and
too.
daddy love each other very, very much.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
me and his daddy didn't love each other very, very much. We didn't love each other very, very much. We didn't live together. We didn't grow. We didn't. When he asked about sex, I told him it is I said it is a physical thing. I said, but there's a lot of emotional attached to sex. And we had to talk about that. And
Yeah.
sometimes my talks went way over what the hell he wanted to know. It became a thing with us. He would like, Mom, I want to ask you a question, but I know it's gonna go way over. And I said, well, if you know when to ask it, we'll determine how far over I'm going. When he first asked about sex, he was 6, and I told him just the basics. I said, if you have any more questions, if something comes up you don't understand, just ask me. Something came up he didn't understand, he asked me again. And he was in his teens, his early teens. And I told him, I said, but you have to understand, I'm gonna tell you this now that you're a little older. There's a lot of emotional and mental things that are attached to sex that I can't explain to you. I said, but what I said, be careful. I said, be mindful. I said, come talk to me if you don't understand what's going on. I said, and he does to this day. He'll talk to me and he'll talk to DC, even at 19.
Wow.
Because I didn't because here's the thing. I grew up in a situation, in a real life situation where my parent did not openly talk to me about anything. I didn't even get a good sex talk. I promise you I did.
Oh,
She
sis.
when I wanted to learn, when I asked about something about sex, she gave me medical books. I was a reader. So she gave me her nursing books
Mm.
and told me to look up what I want to know. I was like, wait the. And then I look it up, and I mean, with no context, I'm looking at like, what the hell? I'm looking at diseases and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm
So
looking
to
at the
have sex, I
I'm
get
looking
sick.
at the dissection of a body.
Oh God.
I'm looking at like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, wait the hell up. That's how horror movies are made. This bullshit right here. I didn't get that. You know what I'm saying? And I know that a lot of
Well, you got
my
more than
issue,
me.
I know
I
that a lot
got
of my
to, you
issues
learn
growing
about
up,
that when you get married talk.
she gave that one to me. She said something about, because I said something about kids. And she said something about being married. And I said, I never want to get married. Because at the time, hear me, at the time, I
Mm,
was still in a heterosexual situation. I was still looking at boys. I thought
right.
girls were pretty and I thought they were nice, but that's not how I was raised. Girls date boys.
Yes. Yes.
So
And you did
in
what
that realm,
society.
in that area, in that real life situation, Lisa didn't want to marry no boy. So when she said something about kids and stuff, I said, I don't want to be married to no man. That's how I said. I think I was 12. I said, I don't want to be married to no man. And I think I made a joke. I said, if I had kids, I don't want to have two kids at one time, my husband and my baby. I made the joke.
Yeah.
And as a child, now I look back, I said it. I didn't know the implication of that. But she didn't talk to me like that. I mean, I said something, and she said, if you keep your dress down and your underwear up, everybody, I promise you, that's one of the few things that she said was funny, but it stuck with me. You keep your dress down and your underwear up, and everybody in this house will be happy. And it took me a minute to understand what she meant. There was no if you love each other or the physical. There was medical book and crazy saying.
Wow.
So as time passed, and here I am about to be somebody's mom at 37. And while I was pregnant with him, I look back on all the things happened when I grew up and all the things I wish I would have had that I didn't have. And not because she was a bad mother. That's my mama. That's my baby. Always and forever. But it just wasn't in her because that's how she was raised. She could only raise me on how she was raised.
Yeah.
And because she got married and had kids at a young age, a younger age, she was 19. She was actually old as far as it went back in them times in the 40s.
Right.
But that's still younger. You know what I'm saying? And she was still taking care of her house and take care of her husband and working
Take care
and
of
take
house,
care of her
take care of
kids.
husband, take
And
care of
she
her
was still
job.
working.
Yeah.
So she didn't have that capacity. So she raised me how she was raised. She wasn't raised with a whole lot of hugging and kissing and all that. She wasn't raised with that either. So she showed me she loved me how she could show me she as not just my mama but my grandma.
I mean, if you think about it, let's think about this whole raising kids thing on its own, away from everything else. Just very focused, just raising kids. Before you could drive a car, you get a license. Before you get married, you get a license. Before you're allowed to pull a fish out of the water, you gotta get your license. But to raise another human being, you don't need no schooling, you don't need a certificate, you don't need a license, you just need to lay down. And then you're expected to take this helpless human being, raise her for 18 years, to be a fully functioning, healthy, balanced part of society. Yeah, nothing going to go wrong there. I see that. Yeah. You know,
Well, I mean,
you're not given any help. You
but
met,
this is where go ahead. This is where religion comes into play. Go ahead.
I know where you're going because I'm going there too.
This is where
Because
religion
you
comes
had
into play.
grandma living down the block, you had your auntie living around the corner.
No, 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 no. What I mean by this is where birth and child rearing and child having and child growing up, that's where religion comes into play because child having a kid, it's not like driving a car. That is you are supposed to be fruitful and multiply. The Bible don't say you have to see that's where religion in the Bible comes in to where I think it messed up a lot, especially back in the day.
But you're not taught how to take
You're not
care of
taught because it is your biological objective as a woman to have as many children as you can to repopulate the earth. Nobody gives a shit about what these babies are doing to your body. Nobody cares about you having enough money to raise them. Nobody cares about anything. You're supposed to have these. As long as you got a husband and you're making him happy and you're having his babies, don't nobody care about that stuff. You know that. Babies have, even
So
now,
women are
babies,
just broodmares.
that's all what I have. That is a whole different topic. That is another social media versus real life thing. The
Mm,
reality is that yes, do you know how many young contemporary men the age of Nick are talking about how they wish it was a handmaid's tale? How they're happy that abortion has been taken off the table for most people so that because they want to have all these babies that they can't take care of so that they can see themselves and other people. Do you know how many young people are young men, not and some women are happy
but
that our
women are
choices have been taken away?
dying.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. That doesn't matter, baby. Do
This
you think that matters? Do you think that women
women
were
don't matter.
no,
Women
no,
don't
they
matter.
and they
Unless
haven't.
you're a rich white male, and that's the thing. Rich white male, you don't matter.
That is a story for another day, baby.
But you're
That is just
right.
that is just a real life story for another day. But social media, people don't know the difference.
No,
People
they
think
don't.
that what they see online and these great and fabulous lives and all this money they see, that if I can just go viral. Think about it.
Hmm.
We're on YouTube. And I've said it before. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't be mad if I went viral.
Oh no.
But th-
Neither
but
would I.
but but a lot of people. But I don't focus on the fact that she went viral. If you left here right now and the next time you went online, you did or said something that made you go viral, now you're famous. I'm not about to sit up here and hate on the fact that she was just in my life. Why didn't I go viral? Social media has people thinking that because you did it, they supposed to do it. And if they didn't do it and there's something wrong with you,
Yeah.
that
Just
real
against
life
each
I
other.
hate that. I hate that. Social I hate that. When I look at social media and I look at the cars and the houses and the spending and the shopping and the things that people do
Oh
that I
God.
can't necessarily do to that level, I don't look at them and go, fuck them. I
There
don't look I
are
don't look at them with hate in
people.
my eyes. I look at them like shit, you better get your paper. I ain't mad with nobody getting their paper. You hear me?
No, none at all. None at all.
Not so I'm not even mad with a little legal paperwork.
There
You
are
feel me?
people on this platform that their cars are the entire net worth of my house.
And I am here for it. Because to me, it's just like anything else. It's just like to me, it's more of a shit. I'm glad they did it. That means it's still out there. That's how I look at stuff.
It's
When
like
somebody
that
goes
now for
viral,
everybody.
or when somebody gets social influence or whatever, and because and they're who they are because of social media, I look at them and go, cool. That means there's still some game out there to be had. I don't
Mhm.
look at them like fuck them. They should. What about me? Social media has made a whole lot of people think real life is what about me? Why not me? Because you ain't doing. I've listened to people disparage people on the internet in real life because their life wasn't like theirs. Well, bitch, their life ain't like that neither. That ain't real life.
Hmm.
Take away the makeup artist. Take away the hairstylist.
You look just as fugly as
That is
I
not
do.
real life. That is people. Social media has them thinking that people sit around 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, glammed up, dolled up, false lashes on.
Hmm.
Come on now.
I know. I know.
I look here. Every time I see somebody get it up, every time I see a dollar made by somebody, say who? Leilani?
I was telling Rayon to let Shaylin in the
Okay,
room.
I was just making sure. I thought I heard something. I was like, wait a minute.
What do we do?
What I do? Look, what I do? But should we know the difference, Leilani? Is it I that all this shit blurs together?
I figured this way.
But I mean, apparently it does.
If if it does not affect the inside of my threshold of my house, it's none of my business. It don't affect my grandkids. It don't affect the kids. It don't affect my wife. It doesn't even affect the dog. I don't care what you do. Is it real? Is it live or is it Memorex? Remember that one?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Is it?
We should,
Does it concern me? Not really. To an extent, yes. To another extent, no. Because if you track down every single crumb to make sure it's real or not, you'll be running in circles chasing crumbs. I need the whole loaf. I don't need crumbs. So unless it affects me in my real life where I can see it, it's tangible, we interact together, you know, like those neighbors on my right side, I don't care if the sinkhole came in and swallowed them up, they can go. The neighbors on the left side, I care about them and do anything to help them. That's my real life. That's my real life drama.
uh,
Care. I don't care.
why you want the people to die now? I'm very confused.
They kill my pumpkin patch.
I mean, did they really kill your pumpkin patch?
I saw him with the herbicide. He didn't know I saw him
I mean,
because I don't
what you
know.
did to get your pumpkin patch dead? I'm just playing.
The vine grew under the fencing onto his property and started sprouting fruit on his side. Like I apologize, I don't know how to bring it back in because it was really really big. You're looking at a 12-foot vine. I'm like, I make a deal with you. Any fruit on your side of the fence, you get to keep. A week or so later, I find the vine has been chopped. All fruits have been thrown over to my side of the fence, not fully developed, so that was a waste of time. And the plant started dying. At that point, a few days later, I see him going into the woodshed, me on my back porch, and he pulls out this white spray bottle with a long nozzle, and he starts pumping it, and he starts spraying it along the fence line. At which time the cat and the dog start going at it, and the next morning, my pumpkin was all wilted.
Kind of fucked up.
Yo, yeah. They try to. I really do think they try to destroy my tulip bed because I came out one day and each and every one of my tulips were cut off at the base of the flower. It wasn't munched on by any kind of rodent, but a nice clean snip. My thing was my cherry tree.
You
Okay.
who?
Huh?
You what?
Oh, I have trees, fruiting trees in the backyard.
Oh,
And I planted a cherry tree. It was the first tree me and my wife had planted together. So I have a soft spot for my cherry tree. And
okay.
someone tried to cut it in half. I was very bothered. At which point we've got security cameras up on the awning of the house. We have security cameras in the front and the back. So anyone walks on this property, we will know.
Okay.
Funnily enough, when I put up the camera, all these weird things stopped happening. So,
You
so
got a little violence going on over
the only thing stopping me from taking care of the issue myself is we are in city limits. And we're going to keep it at that.
Okay.
It's like, no, no. It's like, I don't know. We can't afford to move anymore. This has to be it. We're getting too old for this moving bull. You know, this is it. We got to make it work. You know, we had to leave Texas because the situation for same sex couple just gotten so volatile. It was like we need to get out of there.
What state are y'all in?
We're currently in Iowa. When we moved to Iowa 6, 7 years ago, it was a pretty decent place to live. Um, Not anymore. It's starting to get a little weird out here too. Last night they voted to put the gender bill forward. They called it protection for women bill.
What are they protecting women against?
Men who are pretending to be women want to go into the women's bathroom and grope them. You don't want a nasty, icky man to be in there with your innocent little girl, do you? Yeah.
I mean, no, but I mean, here's the thing:
Uh-uh.
that bill is not going to stop that. No, here's the thing: no bill, no law, no statute, no nothing is going to stop a criminal from doing criminal shit.
Oh, that's
It never
true.
has. It never has. So you making a bill because you're trying to keep transgendered women from going into women's bathrooms is just a waste of time. If you're trying to stop men from touching little girls, because guess what? It wasn't transgender women that were doing that. It was regular, degular, smegular dudes
I
hiding in
know.
women's bathroom y'all. There's never been a case of a transgender woman running in there. They've never chased a transgender woman out of Walmart bathroom.
That's why I told somebody, you never seen a transgender person being arrested for loving on little kids in a natural manner.
And again, I'm not going to say it doesn't happen, but it's not the norm. It's not the standard. It's not
Right.
the standard by which we live. It's just, I'm sure it happens, just like black serial killers happen. But if somebody right now, if somebody were to give you three separate incidences and just say the incidents, and you have to assume which race did it, serial killer,
White male, single, between ages 24 and.
drive by.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? If I
Young,
just say
24.
one thing, if I just say one crime, and what I'm looking for is what stereotypical race do you assign to that crime?
Yeah, white.
I do society's norm then.
Right. Serial killer, white.
Yes.
Drive by, black.
Yes.
Drug running, Hispanic. This is what you assign it to. You assign big drug runners to Mexico and other Hispanic and Bolivia, or whatever, wherever the drugs come from. They over there somewhere. But that's just the norm. That's the standard. That's the stereotype. There are black serial killers. There have been white boys that did a drive-by. There are black and Asians and well, Russians are white people. Asian and black people that do drugs. Everybody can do it.
I mean, look at Japan. They have the yakuzunas,
Yakuza.
kuzas. Ah,
Yakuza.
who's yakuza?
Yakuza.
Ah, what's the yakuza?
That's Japan.
That's Japan. Okay, so
But
yakuza is Japan.
yeah, in
But
every
yeah, you get what
country,
I'm saying. You get what I'm saying.
yeah, but and also every country has its criminal
Yeah,
element. We're American. I don't give a shit about what they do in Japan or Russia or Europe or Eastern Europe or anywhere, because that's their crime. You know what I'm saying? The only crime I worry about is crime in America, because that's the only crime that overly affects me.
Right,
Hey,
right.
But
Magdalene.
huh?
I said hey to Magdalene.
Hey, y'all know I ain't looked in a minute. Hey, y'all,
We too busy yapping.
Rico
That's why.
was up. I think I said hey to Daisy. I said hey to Annabelle. Okay, okay, all right, okay. I said it. All right, I just make sure. Uh, but when they make these things now, where they're trying to get around uh the civil rights, when they make things like that, these laws and these statutes and these bills, they're trying to get around. They're trying to get around the civil rights, and they're trying to get around infringing on people's civil rights.
Yeah.
So when they make these bathroom laws and da 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 whoop de whoop, you're not going to stop the people that commit that crime, because the crime was already a crime. It's a crime to touch a child. It's a crime for an adult
To touch a child.
to touch a child in sexually or physically, or any way other than a loving hug of somebody who cares about the child. Anything that is harmful to the child, it is illegal already. What are you writing a bill for about a bathroom? Because they have not changed. Let me tell you something. I bet money that as soon as they chase a drag queen out of a bathroom for messing with a child, it'll be all over every news pocket everywhere. Every time you look, it will be a picture of that person up there. So since we know that has never happened, you writing this ambiguous bill is only to keep people, transgender people, from using the restaurant, not the restaurant. Don't use the restaurant. For using the restroom or bathroom of your choice.
It's not even going to stop them from
And they're
doing
not
that
even
because
affecting, and they're not even focusing on the transgendered men that go to men's. They don't worry about you. You can't do nothing in the men's restroom. They
that's
don't
all
focus.
it's going to.
No, no, no. They don't care about her going in the men's. They don't. They're gonna call. They're gonna call him her, and they don't care anything about her going into the men's restroom.
That's another thing I was going to bring up is everyone's like, oh, transgender women. There are transgender men too using the
But
men's.
they don't. But there's the thing. This amorphous war on
Virtuosity.
virtue, trying to say virtue, this
Uh-huh.
amorphous war on virtue and innocence that the people that lean more toward the left than the right are waging. I don't know who they're waging it against. You don't focus on the people who are actually traumatizing our children, the teachers, the pastors, the youth pastors, the
Yes.
places you send your children because they might be gay. Do y'all understand that the places that are actually harming your kids, they send them to? The reunification camps that are abusing children, the
Diversion
sexual
camp. Yes.
reorientation camps that are
Yes.
abusing children, the young girls pledging themselves to their father until a man
Oh,
comes along.
purity pledges. Oh my God.
The young girls pledging themselves, pledging their sexual being to their father until he gives it to the man that's to be their husband. That's 2024. That's still happening right now.
I,
And it's going to get worse if we allow the lawmakers, if we allow the politicians and the lawmakers that are in, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse for women. It's going to get worse for children. Do you know that they've enacted a law? Is it in your state, Leilani? Is it Arkansas or Kansas, to where now children 16 can work a full-time job?
Iowa, 14.
14 too? Y'all,
Iowa.
now child labor.
Yes.
You can work 39 hours a week on the weekends, overtime. You don't have to
30,
do.
yeah, 32. I can only talk to my state. Yeah.
I wish the hell Nick job right now. Well, he's grown.
Mm.
But when he started working, I was think working, he was 16. I wish his job would have told him he gotta work full time. Bitch, don't make me come up to you. Don't make me come up there.
Mm.
Y'all do good when my wife come up there. Don't make me come up there.
There are so many things wrong.
It's for the children. We're doing it for the children. We're protecting the children. No, you're not.
You're protecting your wallets.
You don't care about these kids.
They don't care about us.
No,
Who
they
we lying to?
don't. Nobody. You ain't got a lot of me because I you ain't got a lot of kicking, Craig. I know. I
Mm.
know. I know.
Yeah.
But so again, that's the thing. That's social media. It's but the killing part is that I'm saying that like social media is a bad thing, but the reality is the reason that we know a lot of the things that we know and are privy to is because of social media.
Yes. It's a double-edged sword. We know all the good things that can happen. We don't acknowledge the bad things that can happen. Think of it like an abusive relationship. You forget the times that he hit you and gave you the black eye, but you remember the time he brings you home the chocolates and the flowers.
All right, Leilani and Annabelle, have y'all ever been attacked on social media?
Yep.
Who hasn't? Who hasn't? Everybody does. And it lasts for about 2 weeks, and then they move on to the next flavor today.
I mean, I'm gonna ask you a question. How does it make you feel? Because you know, the reality is it is just social media.
It
But
still hurts like hell. Yes, I cry. I'm human.
Leilani,
No, I don't cry.
I wear my heart on my sleeve. I apologize.
If they were saying something true, maybe it would bother me. But they're making up shit. Why would I cry over making up shit? I don't.
Because
It just
it's a
bothers me.
lie.
And right, a lie can't hurt me because it had nothing to do with me, so it don't bother me at all. And if they were telling the truth on me, it maybe, but they just coming on making up shit. It didn't
Okay,
happen. So I
my
don't care.
screen just went black.
Your
You
phone?
there?
Yeah.
Okay, if we lose each other, give me a minute to try and get back on.
well, I mean, you still up as far as we see.
Okay.
You
Maybe
still
my screen just died.
there.
Hold on. Let me. Oh, there you go. Never mind. I'm just. Oh, there. You're back again. Okay, it helps if I move the mouse periodically.
I ain't saying nothing.
This is
I
how
mean,
much I know about this stuff. Oh
I
my.
mean, we first got on social media. You know, people would talk about us and we're an abomination,
Oh,
and that used to piss me off. But I would cuss people out. I'm not. I don't give. a fuck. I wish I did care. Sometimes I care about certain things, but social media is what it is. It's
yeah, I know that sticks and stones break my bones, all that other wonderful stuff. But for me, sometimes words do hurt. That's why I'll never acknowledge it on any of my videos. I'll never make what they call, I think it's called a response video or a clapback video. Those states to me, certain things don't belong in front of a camera, and that's one of them. If I have an issue, we will deal with it behind closed doors, but I will never do a response video. And I've been through some stuff.
but I
I,
mean,
I have responded to some things just on a day when I had time. Like when
Yeah.
we went to the carnival 2 years ago, and somebody said something real stupid while we were sitting there, and nothing was open yet. I had time, so I just responded to the stupid.
Well, I
They
mean,
because
Annabelle, I mean, if somebody here's my question. If somebody brings it to the public, why do you handle it in private? They didn't handle it in private.
Because
Why do you get them the courtesy of handling it in private?
I'm better than them.
That's not
Yep.
that's not being better than nobody. If you gonna, I mean, because that's not how that works. You handling it in private doesn't make you better; it just makes you different. But for better or worse, if somebody come at your neck publicly, why keep?
People that know me won't believe it, and the people that believe it, whenever my friends believe something that horrible.
It was that bad?
Yeah.
Uh, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Most of my stuff is like fat. I think I have fat.
yeah, that's mine is just stupid stuff. You fat.
Yeah.
I am.
Like,
Oh no, there was
for
people
real?
saying on me, why don't you die, you freak, or you handicap freak? That stuff don't bother me. But it was pretty. It happened a long time ago, and I'm not gonna address it. I'm here, never have, never will. Yeah, but it was pretty bad, and my wife was like, "I am never put my face on." It's part of the reason why she don't want to be on YouTube. She sees not only how people treated me, but sees how people treat each other.
Right.
She's like, I don't have time for that. She don't
I
want to.
feel
Yeah, she don't have. No. So
when DC first came on, I wasn't on here. I wasn't on, and
yeah,
and even now it takes a little bit for me to get on.
right.
Not because I don't care about them. I'm just that's just I-
Yeah, we usually just hear Lisa from the corner.
yeah. That I wasn't on it first, but then she kept saying they asking about you. They asking about you. So then it became DC and Lisa. It was just her at first
Right.
because and not because I mean it's just that's
Oh, people ask about her all the time.
I don't care. I'm not. Eh.
But then,
My experience with attention being drawn to me before my wife was not good. So I didn't get in situations where attention was drawn to me.
right,
And
right.
being on social media would mean attention would be drawn to me.
Yeah, since you don't want attention drawn to her. That
So
yeah,
it wasn't that she was but then she was like, baby, they're asking about you. And then, okay. So we changed and I got on and started doing the challenges and stuff. And then I realized when people say they was competitive, I never thought of myself as being a competitive person. I know, they like, you're very competitive. People say they're very competitive. I'm like, shit, no, I don't. Because I always associated competitiveness with sports. So since I'm not a sports person, I didn't think of myself as a competition person until we started doing challenges, and I realized that competitive means that you must win at all costs. I'm like, oh yeah, that's me.
yeah,
Yeah, that's me. Because I'm not gonna tell you how many challenges I won out of all the challenges we've done, but just know I am the champion. I am.
no time for
But see, this
you.
is there again. In social media, you'll get you out of your comfort zone. This is not my reality. My reality is sitting over here in the corner with a hoodie on, hearing me talking to everybody else. But social media have you on here. I'm on here now. Without the prodding of my spouse, I could go weeks without being on here. Y'all can go weeks, months without hearing my voice, except in the back of one of her videos. Baby, it's time you go live. Okay. See, I know the difference. I know this is what people want. Sometimes what people need to hear.
Yeah.
And I get on here sometimes saying what I say and talking how I talk and spreading what I know and what I've learned, because sometimes if just one person, if it helps one person, then I'm good.
Yeah.
If somebody listen to somebody say, no matter how off the wall it might have been, and it makes them feel better about themselves, or it makes them have a different perspective on a situation, or it makes them understand that they're not alone, then I've done good. And then I'm okay with the social media aspect of my life.
Yeah.
Uh
Like what, with my channel, if I could make you smile a minute, show you something new, learn something maybe, pass something on, information you may not have known before, you know, just positive things, because there's enough negative and darkness out there for last everybody a lifetime. I like to be a little bit of a bright light. That's why I never, maybe that's why I don't address negative comments on my channel. Because my channel is so bright and upbeat. And I want to keep it that way.
hey, you have to be true to yourself. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what Leilani thinks. It only matters to Annabelle what she thinks and what she's comfortable with and what she's cool with. And all of us got to be cool with it.
I was told, don't bother. It doesn't matter. No, I was told it doesn't matter what other people think about you. That is none of your business.
It's not my thoughts about you. Are you have you, and the killing part is 9 times out of 10 you did nothing to make my thoughts. This is just shit I think from listening to you talk, from meeting you, from seeing a picture. People will have all these opinions about a picture. People will have all these opinions about a video.
Yeah.
People have all these opinions about a comment or a quote. But you don't know me. This is just one aspect of a multidimensional person. So I don't I don't give a shit with nobody. I mean, not on social media. Not people don't know me. If you only know me from YouTube, then you don't know me. If you only know me from listening to me on YouTube or watching my videos, you don't know me,
Right.
because I'm as authentic as I can be. But it is shit.
You're
I'm
you're multifaceted. You're not one dimensional. And there's no way to fit you in this little tiny box that's on the screen.
well, you really can't. I mean,
This
people put a lot of stock into what they see on videos.
oh God.
And unless it's a video of somebody committing a crime, unless you know the backstory or the whole story, you're only getting 1 page of a 100-page book.
Right. Unless it's somebody who films 24 hours a day, never turns off the camera.
And you see every aspect of their life. They just got cameras sitting up like you in jail, and
Mhm.
it's a live feed, and nothing is off limits. Then we don't know anybody. I'm 100% certain that 100% of the people don't know 100% of the people on social media. But they will literally get in trouble because of what social media says somebody is. Nobody, not no super fan knows Beyonce unless they've been at Beyonce house and Beyonce talk to you like she from Texas.
There's 60 minutes in an hour. Times that by 24 hours. We have 1,440 minutes in a 24-hour day. You get to see maybe 10, 15 minutes of over 1,000 minutes. And you're going to make a judgment on someone's life in a day from that 10 minutes.
Yes.
That's ridiculous. That makes no sense.
Right. But that is exactly what social media has done. That is exactly what my title was. Do you know the difference between social media and real life? They feel like they can make assumptions based on 13 seconds of you on social media. They
Now,
feel they feel like they know you, they know what kind of person you are, they know everything about you because 2 weeks ago you told them you like, oh, I love French toast. When last time you had French toast?
right. Well, to an extent, and I have to argue this for the other side, to an extent, if you're posting maybe 3 times a week, 10 minutes every time, for years and years and years, a viewer who has followed you all those years can safely kind of put together the puzzle.
It depends on what you're filming. Because if every week you film the same thing, the same content, they only know about that.
This is true.
So,
Yeah.
really now that just because they've been watching you for 13 years, they've been watching you for 13 years, sit and do the exact same thing. So they only know that.
You only know what the creator chooses to show you, but over the 10-year period, things do change, even if the creator tries to keep the format the same. And the audience is kind of smart and they pick up on certain things.
I
You
didn't really.
you know when your creator is having a hard day. You know when their heart is in that particular video.
You said that the audience is smart and picks up on things, but do
Some
they really? How often? Think about it. How often do people actually read the room correctly? How often do people actually correctly read the room?
Now, if you're asking that question
Yeah,
on the terms of me walking in and looking around for 10 minutes, no, that's not going to happen. But if you're walking into the same room 2, 3 times a week, for every week, not missing a week, for 10 years down the road, you can kind of pick up on one or two nuances here and there. And yes, you do grow with the creator. So, can they pick up on certain things? Yes. Do they know your reality? No. But in the finite area of that video of YouTube, they can kind of pick up on certain things. Unpopular question. Unpopular answer.
no, 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 no. I was just asking. You answered. I don't know. I'm
You
sure
know,
people. I'm sure people think they know me and can tell you stuff about me from the videos they've seen me in.
not tell stuff about you,
Can tell
but
other people stuff about me. Not you. I'm just saying. I'm sure that people have watched our videos can think because
well, they
they
could tell
watched our
you
videos.
have a good. Are you having a good day? Do you feel, maybe you're not having such a great day? Maybe you're not in a good mood. Um, just tiny nuances, I'm assuming. Because okay, people that I watched for years, And I watched this one fellow that when he started literally in his bedroom. His backdrop was
Ice cream.
a sheet of butcher's paper, and he used crayons to decorate it with tomatoes. Oh, it was so adorable. And I watched him go from crafting to cooking giant food because that was a thing to unboxing his Disney collections. And now, 10 years later, Disney's paying him to check out their hotels and give their hotels ratings. And he makes videos.
Okay.
Um, what I know about him over these 10 years is he is very particular about his dogs. He's he doesn't like when they misbehave. I'll tell you that. He likes them well groomed. He takes them out. He doesn't tolerate having accidents in the house, as in go on the piddle pad or let me know you got to go outside. But he's very particular about his dogs. He's very particular about the way his kitchen is set up. If he's gonna cook, he's very particular.
Well, most of us are, babe. I mean, realistically, that's not a big tale because most of us are particular about how things are done, especially in our own home. You can't come in my house and do what the fuck you want to do, ever. You can never come in my house and do what you want to do. So everybody's particular about how stuff is done in their house and with their stuff. You can't come in my house and do what you feel like with my dog.
Hmm.
You
But
can't come in here and tell me what I can do with my dog, tell me where my dog can be at. You can't do none of that.
if something's not in the kitchen that's done to his specs, you will know about it immediately because his whole demeanor is completely different.
Well, like I said, that's
Yeah,
social media. That's what he's showing you on social media. And
yeah.
when in reality, he doesn't clean his house.
I
The
mean,
reality is he don't clean his house. Let's just say he shows y'all all the stuff he does on social media, but the reality is he doesn't clean his house. So he doesn't know. He's never been in that room in his house that he's showing y'all. The only time he goes in there is because he's showing y'all the room, so that y'all can see how awesome it is. See, that's the trick of social media.
right.
You know what he shows you.
Or
The
it's
only,
not even his kitchen; it's a rented out room.
do you know how many of the YouTubes and YouTube, TikTok, all of them? Do you know how many of the houses that we think are theirs that they portray as theirs don't belong to them? They'll rent a different Airbnb instead of buying a house because they can't buy the house that they have showed their uh, subscribers because
Uh-huh.
they can't own the house that they've showed their subscribers that they're supposed to be living in. They will go out and spend the money that they could just buy a
Yeah,
regular house.
yeah.
They'll spend the money to on the weekends because that's why. How many? And then let's go back. How many social media influencers do you see are constantly showing you their house?
Nowadays, not anymore.
No, no, no. I'm constantly showing you everything is in a room that looks like somebody lives in it. I have not. I have seen because baby watches YouTube. I don't watch YouTube like that. If you tell me to go watch a video, I'll go watch that video. But as far as following and going to, ooh, I want to see where they're at, I don't care. But baby does. So I'll watch over her shoulders. Do you know how many people I've seen do a house tour 3 or 4 times a year because they have 3 or 4 different houses they got to show, and each time they're all the same as excuse. Somebody found my address,
Oh,
or they won't say anything, but they'll show you this room, and you'll be in this one room, and it's fabulous.
everything in its place and nothing's out of think.
right, and it's fabulous. But
You want to see, okay, you want to see a house that is lived in? If you want to see a house that is lived in,
I don't care about. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, and it's about to sound bad as hell. Being as I'm on YouTube, I don't give a shit about nobody else living situation. That is not entertainment to me. Let me tell you something. Real life sucks. Let's start with that. I know
okay,
the difference between social media and real life because I know real life sucks. I don't watch the news. If I look at my TV, I look at my TV, I'm looking at true crime because I know real life sucks. But when I'm sitting down watching a movie, I want to be entertained. I don't want reality. I don't watch historical dramas. I don't watch anything to do with slavery or black trauma. Nothing. I don't care what time it's sitting in. I don't want to watch any autobiographical. I have not seen. I half-ass watch Ray. I've never seen Ali. I've never seen an autobiographical movie. I don't watch them.
Hmm.
I don't want to see about the traumatic. I don't the indigenous people getting their land taken. I don't want to see the lie about Plymouth Rock and the Plymouth and the Pilgrims being all lovey dovey, happy, happy. I don't watch none of that shit because reality and real life sucks.
yeah. So you want the
80-year
lie.
old people got to work at Walmart because they don't have enough money to eat.
Yeah.
Kids don't have after school programs, but politicians have pay raises and car services.
Oh yeah, yeah. I noticed that. I noticed that.
Companies make billions of dollars in profits, but don't want to pay their employees that make the money a living wage.
Yeah.
Politicians want to argue about whether or not we should change this or tax businesses or do this and the third. But you understand that the constituents, the people that voted you in the office, can't pay their rent, can't buy food. You got to go down to the food bank. Your kids got to shop at the. You can't even go to the Walmart store and buy new clothes because the kids got to go because you ain't got the money.
Yeah, you gotta go to
But you're
center.
sitting there figuring out. But you're sitting there figuring out ways for the people that already had the money to make more money off of the backs of the people that put you in office.
Mm-hmm.
Reality sucks.
I
Real life is shit.
mm-hmm.
You got to give your children. I have to give my son a talk about being nice to the police so he'll come home without a bullet in his back. I got to tell him, don't speed, don't do anything, don't get stopped, don't get a traffic stop.
Don't give them a reason to stop you.
Be mindful when you're with your friends because he's in a predominantly white area. Be mindful when you're with your friends because a lot of times you're the only little black boy with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's reality. That's real life. When Nick started going out on his own and hanging out with his friends, that was what I had to tell him. There's one rule. Nick has one rule, outside rule. I've never gave him a rule about what time he got to be at home because it depends upon what he's going out to do. His one rule is to make it fucking home by any means necessary. That has been his rule since he's been out of my sight. That's real life. Social media ain't real life. These motherfuckers showing you the same room over and over again because the other rooms look like foot.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, sometimes the same room if they just turn the camera around. They just showing you that corner.
They'll redecorate the same
You got
corner
four corners.
Or the
You got four
garage.
rooms.
or their mama house in their mama basement that she got redone because she done put your ass out. And now you go down there and take pictures. Or you go over to your homeboy house. Or you live in I'll sit up here and the amount of people that hang on to people with money is astounding.
Oh.
The amount of and ladies, if you listen, and young women, young ladies, not women, young ladies, if you listen to this and this hit a chord with you and it make you want to fight me, then you might want to just stop and sit in it for a minute. The amount of young ladies I see hanging on these sorry little dry ass boys is killing me. You're not listening to men. You're listening to little boys spout regurgitated bullshit, and you're laughing and joking because he has money, because he has a little clout on Facebook, not Facebook, what is it? Instagram and TikTok,
Uh-huh.
because he got followers and subscribers.
Uh-huh.
In 3 years, won't nobody know who this little boy is, because all of a sudden he won't be cute anymore. He'll be a grown ass man, and don't nobody want to see that. And you done hung your star around a little boy. I see it and it boggles my mind. It's podcast have totally destroyed the male female dynamic. Because if you listen to podcasts, men hate women. You know how many podcasts I've heard a man say, I'd rather hang out with my homeboys than being home with my girl?
Wow.
How many podcasts I've sat up here and heard? If she doesn't do this, 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 and this, then I don't want her.
Yeah, he's
And,
the
she,
man
and women just sit there up under them.
he's
If
the
she's
man
had sex with more than one man, she's a whore with the hard or.
he's demanding she does certain things, but he's not willing to reciprocate on what he is gonna do.
If she doesn't look a certain way, if her boobs don't sit a certain way, if her booty don't sit a certain way, if her makeup's not on all the time, if her eyelashes aren't done, if her nails aren't done,
That's only gonna last maybe 10, 15
but
years.
it doesn't matter. Social media has these little girls thinking that is real life. If I just sit there on this couch with these 13 other little girls that look just like me, eventually he's going to pick me. And for a couple of months, I can ride high.
And then when he's done with you,
It's like we've forgotten. It's like social media has forgotten that people get old.
yeah,
That people get older. That you get past 21, and then you're 25, and then you're 30, and then you're 35. A 35-year-old man still trying to podcast in his mama basement. It boggles my mind how many women sit there and eat that shit up. Like you're looking at a dude that is talking on a microphone in his mama basement. I remember we used to laugh at that.
I know. Oh God, you live at
I
your
remember
mom.
we used to be fun. We used to make fun of dudes that still live at home with their mama.
Now it happens so often we don't even bat an eye because we become immune to that thought.
But I sit up and I scroll past on TikTok and other social media. I sit up and on YouTube I watch the different and it just it sometimes at one point I was seeing it so much it was just making me wonder how these. I felt bad for young girls. I felt bad for the girls growing up because I'm like, hey, we wanted a thug, but shit, eventually wanted them to get a job. You know what I'm saying? I grew up I grew up with roughnecks. You know what I'm saying?
These
I grew up with you want a little bad boy.
These pretty little girls want to get up with a bad boy because she thinks her stuff is so fabulous. It's going to turn him around and she's going to fix him and he's going to love her so much that he's going to change everything about him for her. Like breaking
Social media made Nick Cannon famous for being a baby daddy.
Yeah.
That's not real life. Real life, don't nobody want no damn man. They got 1,100 children. But I say that shit. But I say that shit, and then I watch Maury or Steve or Lauren Lake, and I see girls coming on there being baby mama number 7 with number 8, 9, and 10 standing next to her. So I guess that's a lie. I guess Social media reaches into the real world because I remember I grew up when you used to have to be ashamed of being pregnant before you was 18. I grew up when that was a shame. I grew up when you was still acting like that was your cousin or your mama got you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with having a baby when you was a baby was like a sin. Especially having a baby with somebody who was somebody else. Especially having a baby by somebody who got a lot of babies.
Like he got
Now
all the.
social media has made somebody has now people can look at social media, see Nick Cannon with all these beautiful little families that don't get any time with him and all these children that can say my dad is Nick Cannon, but shit I don't ever see him because he over so and so house. You got more kids nowadays. So it's not like you can say I spend money with this one and Tuesday with this one and Wednesday with this one. You have to go to each house twice a day. I mean once a day. You
Yeah.
got twice a day you gotta go to a different house. Because you got more kids than the days of the week. And social media has made it so that's attractive. So the dudes want to be him and women want to be them. And I firmly believe that in the back of the heads of them girls that had them babies with that Nick Cannon, each one of them girls thought that this baby was going to make him mine.
Yep.
I don't
That's
understand how
exactly
we
what they
can't break
thought.
that shit. That's been going on since before I came along.
Mm.
But I don't understand how we can't break that. I bet each and every one of them women, because a few of them got more than one baby behind. I bet that each and every time they was pregnant, they thought, this is it. He's going to be my man. And everybody else is going to have to bow down to me as the queen of Nick Cannon's castle. But they don't understand. Y'all are just handmaids in this bitch castle. Y'all are just baby makers. Because he has enough money to take care of them. Cool.
Yeah.
But then you're going to come around, think about it. Think about it. R.
Mhm.
Kelly has been in the scene for 30, 40 years, long time before he went to jail.
Yes.
We didn't even know R. Kelly had kids. He had enough money to take care of his kids. His children are miserable and don't deal with him. Just because you can financially take care of a child, don't make you somebody daddy. Social media got you thinking that baby making don't make you manly.
Nope.
Walking
Now
around here, walking around here arguing with a girl who got a baby by the man you got a baby by doesn't make you popular, doesn't make you right. You're no higher than the other person. The wife is not even higher. The killing part is a lot of them are married, and the wife is not even on a higher level than the baby mama.
you all got play, and the man gets what he
But
wants.
social media has it so it's okay that little girls are looking at this situation and saying this is not a bad situation for me to be in, and then real life kick in, and you just miserable and lonely with a baby by somebody who didn't want you. Because guess what? If I can't, if
You
I
can't sit
wish
there
that
like
I
that.
wish that
I
social
got
media,
baby
I
Pookie.
wish that some kind of way social media would put this on and people would get to it. If he didn't want you, he ain't gonna want the baby.
Nope. You were the flavor of the day, and now it's a new day. Move on.
He said, we playing this baby. Let me tell you something. Broke bitches can't plan babies.
I know.
Two broke ass people can't plan no baby. So if this man got up here and said, I want you to have my baby, laugh at his ass. Because if he broke and you broke, what y'all gonna do is you broke, he broke, both baby?
Mm.
You gonna walk around with your hand under the baby ass when it pee and shit? Because you ain't got no money for diapers. You gotta live with your mama. And your mama up there arguing with a man, like that's her man. Because you talking about, well, he loved me. He said he loved me. He said he wanted this baby.
Mm.
What?
I want a toilet made of gold.
What? Social media that's why I firmly believe that there are a lot of people that don't know the difference. Social media got this looking so great. I was looking at something and
Normalize it and then make it
somebody had
look
did a
great.
collage of all of Nick Cannon's families, and they were
It
beautiful. All these beautiful pictures and flowing professional pictures done, and all these laughing happy children and flowing baby mamas, and a couple of them was pregnant again by him,
it
and they
did
had all
not
these
make
beautiful families, and he was in all of them with a
it did
different
not
outfit
make
in
the
all of them.
situation look great. It just made it look normal. It
And I'm looking at this
normalized it.
going, y'all are telling people that this is how we got to run our life. People are going to look at you, people are going to look at your social media and go, well, if Nick can do it, I can do it.
No, you can't. You're not Nick.
But that's not what social media says.
Yeah.
That's not what they say. I too can be like you. You too can be like me.
Mm.
That's the message. That's the subliminal behind the eyelids message that social media has. You too can be like me. Now you may not have my
YouTube.
money.
Think about YouTube. This is a tube about you. This
You
is
may not have my
you.
money. You may not have my influence. You may not have my assistance or my help, but you too can be like me.
Mm.
You can have 7 baby mamas. You can have 7 baby daddies. You don't need to get an education. Why?
Yeah.
Social media got people thinking that welfare pays for something. What? Welfare barely pay half a light bill. But social media got people thinking they can take care of their kids off of that.
Nah.
It just real
Now
it's
you can. Okay, you can make money off of YouTube.
you
Uh,
can make money off of anything. Yes, you can make money, but YouTube, let me tell
Most
you something.
people that make money off of YouTube is because they have this as a cornerstone to support their other business adventures.
Right.
Like with me,
YouTube is like advertisement.
I'm trying to sell my resin. I know someone else that's selling books that they
You trying to
want
sell what?
after. I know someone. You got so many people making their homemade sauces on here. Yeah, I know two people that sell their jewelry on here. I mean, it's a cornerstone. And then you have people that they to make a living off of YouTube, you need a minimum of 40 to 60,000 subscribers to
Most
make
people, a
minimum.
lot of people, a lot of people who have the YouTube fantasy of being famous
Yeah,
are are waiting for that viral moment. Because there are a lot of people who are famous on TikTok went viral one time, and that virility gave them a lot of subscribers.
right,
But they
right.
don't really have any content. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I don't really care about what's going on in your life. But people are not gonna unsubscribe, so they gonna make money. They'll have 10 times as many subscribers as me and DC, but they'll have the same viewer count.
that's what I don't understand.
Because they here's the thing.
I know.
DC
Okay,
and
maybe you can
DC and I
explain
have
this
built
one.
this channel.
Maybe you can
DC
explain.
first, huh?
Maybe you can explain this one to me. But I know somebody personally that we have about the same. No, she has more subscribers than me. She has twice as much. Last time I looked, but we have about the same views per video. If she
Well,
has a larger audience, isn't she supposed to have more views?
yes, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing with views. You got to have something people want to watch. Here's the thing. DC primarily and I have built this off of grassroots
Shopping.
vlogging challenges, pranks, not viral. I think I got like we got like 1 or 2 videos with over uh a quarter of a million views.
Uh,
I think we got like maybe 3 or 4. I don't know. But we didn't go viral like millions of people. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right,
So our channel was built off grassroots vlogging,
right.
lives, challenges, pranks, story times. Just my baby, just every time she turn around, we're about to make a video and make it every time she thinks of something, we make a video and we put it on there. So we keep videos coming and people and our subscribers will watch them eventually. Either they're watching when they first drop or we'll come up on their thing or eventually they'll go back, oh, I didn't see that one. But that's because we grew our subscribers not out of, oh, they saw one video, but we don't put anything else. So yeah, we got 40,000 subscribers, but we only got 1,000 people that watch our videos.
That don't make sense.
It's because
Like
you
people
went
go
viral and you
viral.
had a video that went viral and everybody watched it because it was viral. I watched a lot of videos to where I've never watched anything else from that person, but I've seen that person because I watched that one video, but I've never watched another video with that person's content. You'll go viral, but if you don't have anything to back that viral up, then you're not going to have the viewership that you should have with 100,000, 500,000, a million subscribers. You're not going to have the number of viewers that you think are attached to the number of subscribers because you don't have anything to back it up. You got a big subscriber count because of your viral video. But don't nobody, I mean, but you ain't got no charisma. Don't nobody really care about none of the rest of the shit you say. It's not funny. Your story times ain't funny. You don't keep up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to, when you go, here's the thing. If you go viral and you ain't got no content to go with the viral, that's a waste of a viral.
But
Because now
yeah.
I go viral and and now I got a situation where you watching my videos and I can product place and I can influence. Oh, I'm riding that bitch. I'm gonna put a saddle on that bitch and I'm gonna ride. Every time you turn around, I'm gonna have a fucking camera in my face.
I've
Every time
seen
you see me, I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna talk some shit. I'm gonna have 13 people, 100 people in my live, and I'm gonna get my cash things, whatever that shit. I'm gonna do. You hear me? You hear what I'm saying? I'm gonna ride that. I'm gonna ride that live like a look. I'm gonna
like
ride that ride.
you're
I'm
gonna
gonna ride
ride
that bitch
to
like
die.
I am in the Navy and I'm on leave for the weekend and I just got paid and it's in Vegas and I'm standing in the doors of the whole house. I'm going in every damn door in that house.
It's Friday night and you just got paid.
Baby, it's Friday night and I just got paid. I'm
Just
riding you.
got paid.
If I go viral, I'm gonna ride YouTube like a $2. You hear me?
Mm. You, me, and everyone else on
You
here.
hear me?
They can't
But
hear you.
most of us, but the majority of YouTube is grassroots. It's boots on the ground. It's from the bottom up, and
Yeah.
we have to have content. We have to have stuff people want to see because we don't have that one video that the world wants to see. We got to have 100 videos that everybody might want to watch.
Something else
Agree.
that happens is people will purposely do the stuff that's trending. They will jump on a trend and
Uh-huh.
then they will go viral for that trend that they followed, right? So now
Uh-huh.
they got all these subscribers, but they don't keep doing what them subscribers subscribe to see. Then they be like, oh, now I'm gonna do what I want to do, and then they don't have viewers anymore because they don't
No.
want to see that.
You gotta
That's
be.
one thing that happens is that person posted, one certain type of thing that
Mm-hmm.
people wanted to watch. Then they got their subscribers, and then they change up, and now
Like all them
they're like,
dance challenges they used to have, all them dance challenges they used to have.
Oh my God, yes.
and then they
I
go
can't pay
viral for
attention to
dancing,
none of
and
that.
then now they're like, I'm just gonna mukbang, or they went viral for eating hot food, and they're like, I'm vegan now, so I'm just gonna show y'all how to, eat clean. Well, that's not the people that that
Right. I don't understand that. That boggles my mind. I
You
just
build
watched you.
you build an audience that wants one thing, and then hey, guess what? We're not gonna barbecue no more. We're gonna eat vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
I just watched you eat a whole cow, and I'm down for that. But now, bitch, you telling me? But now you about to tell me how I'm unclean because I want to eat some bacon? You damn skippy! I'm gonna
Mm.
kill all. I'm from the south. I'm killing it.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
If it clucks, moves, or oinks, it's got to go.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
frying it. I'm frying it. I'm smoking it, or I'm grilling it. It is what it
Oh,
is.
my wife smokes a hellacious pork butt. If you never tasted my wife's pork butt, you are missing out.
I've never tasted your wife's butt. You're correct.
It's delicious.
Well, I hope it's delicious to you. It is supposed to be delicious to you. It is your butt as well, okay? Supposed to be
Honey,
delicious to you.
yeah.
Damn it.
Okay, we're gonna change it up. She smokes some really good ribs. She grows some.
Them too. I'm just playing.
No, I can't help it. She
But
has a
I'm
really
just,
nice rack of
I
ribs.
bet she does.
Oh,
So
you
you
should
might as
have
well
noticed.
stop because I'm going to be nasty for the next like 5 seconds. Might as well stop.
She has a really great rack of
This is
ribs.
a great rack.
She has a great rack of
Well,
ribs.
it's nothing like a great rack.
Oh, of ribs. They
See, there
really,
you go.
they really stick out there. The rack of
They
ribs.
stick out. What the hell? She hungry? What is
Oh,
this?
you have the whole
Are
slab
you not?
I lay
Are
it
you
down.
not feeding her properly?
Oh, I feed her well. Mm.
Okay. You feed her well. I feed her well. Well, well.
Oh,
Okay. You feed feed somebody well.
oh my God, this is too funny.
What?
Holy crap! Do you believe we've been on here? Oh my God. Okay,
I can't even. Oh, 2 hours?
2 hours, huh? No wonder my legs all numb. You made my
Well,
leg numb.
how did I make your leg numb?
You made my leg numb.
I've been home. I ain't made nothing over at your house numb. Yeah, you look.
I need to. I need to walk around and get the blood flowing
I
again.
ain't made nothing at your house numb. Okay?
Honey,
Just
she made me numb.
nothing at your house numb. Okay?
All right, fine. That's a story you want to tell.
A story, I'm sticking to that shit too.
Oh, honey, I love talking with you. You're fun.
Hey, what was I about to say? I was about to say something. I don't know what it was though.
Oh, you were making my leg numb.
Oh, I can. Make no mistake about it. I can.
I bet that'd be a tasty little treat right there.
I ain't got nothing to say. I'm gonna I'm going to not say anything. That's actually what I'm doing.
Hey,
I'm
we've
not
been
gonna
this far. We're stopping you now. We're in the
hey,
deep end of the pool.
uh-uh.
We are in the deep end of the pool, honey.
I
Look,
know it.
the water is up to the neck.
I am not fighting your girl.
Oh,
Well, because I can fight, but I just choose not to.
oh, we're just kidding around now,
Oh,
right?
I know, babe. I'm just playing.
Okay. I'm like, you
I'm
said
just
the F
jiving.
word. I'm sorry. I
I'm
mean,
just jiving.
okay. Be
But
back.
what was the hell was I saying? Oh, it's probably time for me to get off. It is 10 o'clock. I didn't even realize what the hell time it was. Baby, you need to clock out, please.
Okay.
Oh, not y'all. She's
It's
working a part
10:30.
time.
You supposed to clock out at 10?
Yeah, she's supposed to clock out at 10.
It's 10:30.
Yeah, she needs to clock out. Huh? Uh oh no. She no, because if she don't clock out, what happens is at 8 o'clock in the morning, somebody want to get in somewhere, and then they'll be like, they'll call her. I'm like, no,
Mm-hmm.
no, no, sir, absolutely no. All right. right, I'm about to get up off here, y'all. Thank you so much, Leilani. And I was about to call you Natalie. Your name is Annabelle. I don't know why I was about to call you Natalie. I don't know who the hell Natalie is. But I don't even know a Natalie, y'all. That's crazy. Except I ain't like, what is it? Oh no, her name is Gladys. I was about to say Gladys Knight and the Pips. I was about to say Natalie Pips, but it's Gladys Knight. Anyway, I need to get off. Clearly, I've
I think
lost
you were
my.
thinking about Natalie Cole.
I was thinking about Natalie. Thank you very much. That's the only Natalie I know. That's what I was trying to say. I know I knew one, but shit, not for real. Uh, do you know the difference? So Nick had me do the thing where you put it I forget what it's called, where you use the first letter DKTD. I had to figure it out. You've been doing something and then you feel like you're very remedial because you got to go. I had to go because at first I was like D something else. I was like D dude. Yeah, I was really special. I was super special. Trying to figure out the first letter of the words I was trying to.
Yeah, acronyms.
Acronym, thank you. Well, Nick was like, just make an acronym, Mom, and you just do that. Then next time you do a do you know the difference or something else? I was like, boy, you better give me ideas. So again, that is Nick. I don't know if we'll ever go back to people knowing the difference because I figure the more we advance, the worse it'll get. But if real life keeps on their neck, if you keep on your kids, if you keep on your family, if you keep on yourself, you keep yourself grounded, social media can do what it want to do because it won't affect you adversely. But we got to start. There's a difference between what you see on social media and what real life does. Baby. Thank y'all so much, Annabelle and Leilani. Thank y'all for being my co-hosts with the most. Thank everybody who listens to this video now and in the future. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that every time we drop a video or go live, you guys can join us. I'm sure we'll do something for Valentine's. The weekend is coming up. And it'll be March. And you know, all March is my birthday. So from the 1st to the 31st. Just letting y'all know right now. Get y'all presents in order. Just playing. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me for real. I appreciate y'all talking. I need counterpoints. I need opposition. That's how we're gonna get stuff done. Everybody can't agree, but we can live together. I'll talk to y'all later. Make sure y'all have a great night.
That's right. Thank you for watching. Thank y'all for coming through. That's right. You came through a DC Kool-Aid and Lisa production live stream. Make sure you hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. And we will be back with another live stream.
And I put it on Caesars. All I got is certified Trump beaters. Charge a couple cool K for the features. It ain't about the money, then you probably can't reach us. Hey, and I put it on mamas. Do it for the soul, for the fam, and the commas. Don't act, be chill with the dramas. All you gotta do is be you and be
honest. That's what we talking about. Them YouTube streets got to be honest. On these YouTube streets, we got the mukbangers, the prankers, even the haters. We love vlogging, cooking, and pranks and challenges. Always have the real talk. And with Lisa saying, hey y'all.